Good morning, everyone. We have a wonderful time yesterday. Today, I will continue my second topic. And I'm very happy to share my experience of Iceland skin flap applied in the head and neck reconstruction. First, we'll give a case presentation. This patient is suffered from maxillary carcinoma, because as well as diabetes. So we can repair the defect with revascularized flap. So we just used pectoralist measure marshal flap. But 1 week later, we can see partial necrosis. We can see this partial necrosis here. And another week later, all the flap disappeared. Why could this happen? And what is the limit of PMMP of pedicle length? What's the limitation? So before that, we a short review about flap classification. Free grafts and pedicle grafts and revascular free grafts. Today we just focus attention talking about pedicle grafts. From this picture, we know this picture. I just want to design Iceland flap. Compare this one, we can see this flap is less invasion. Why our flap is made with Iceland shape? Why? First reason for donor, regarding our donor side, we just the functional protection and cosmetic consideration. For recipient side and more extensive defect area, if we use Iceland flap shape, and easy to shaping because no excessive volume, and a better cosmetic shape. Let's first let's take about Taylor theory. According to Taylor theory, when we design a flap, we can divide the flap for A area, B area, C area. If we use these vessels, this area is directly supplied by this vessel, so this area is very safe. If we use together, as well as use B area, we have to cut off this blood vessel. So this area is relatively safe. But if we still extend the flap, if we want to use the area C, but area C is dangerous because the blood of the flap should transfer from two areas. So when we design a flap, for this area is safe, but this area is not, is dangerous. So when we're talking about pectorals measure muscle flap, this direct blood supply. So this we call this A area. That one is B area. This is relatively indirect area, but for this area is dangerous. So when we design a PMM flap, we can beyond this beyond this border. We can beyond this border. So we took a look at this picture. This for that one, this A area, this relative to this B area, this C area. So when we design a flap, we can beyond this border. Same things. This picture. This A area, this B area, this C area. From this picture, we can see this pectoral artery. This pectoral artery goes through the face below the muscle, and then pass through the muscle and supply this flap. So this point is very important. We call this point is lowest penetration point. So we should protect this that one. Beyond that one, 1 or 2 centimeters, we can lift this muscle and touch. So we design this PMMF is we call this flap is Iceland flap. So the key point is how to locate the lowest penetration. How to locate First, this anatomy. We have a look. We can see this single type for pectoral artery. We can see this lowest penetration point. So when we design a PMM flap, we needn't get rid of all the muscle. We just beyond 1 or 2 centimeters beyond this point. This muscle we can lift and touch. So same things when this type is double type, we can see there are two muscles. There are 2 vessels. So this lowest penetration point. For that one, we can see 3 altogether 3 branches. This one is the lowest penetration point. So when we design an Iceland flap, we just protect this point, and then beyond 1 or 2 centimeters beyond that, we leave this muscle untouched. So the key point is how to location the lowest vascular penetration. Well, first we used ultrasound. We can see this ultrasound. This is the lowest penetration point. We can see this muscle passes through the muscle and then go to this flap. So we should protect this point, and 1 or 2 centimeters beyond that, these muscles we can lift and touch. So second method is we just used operation or observation. We can see this vessel. This is the lowest penetration point. This is a double branch. We can see this double branch. These 3 branches, 1, 2, 3. We just use that one because that one is responsible for the flap blood for the flap. So when we design this flap, we just leave this muscle untouched, and then detach the vessel from the muscle. So we lift this muscle untouched. When we finish this whole PMM flap, we can see we just lift very thin, very thin, very slim pedicle. You can see very slim pedicle. Yeah, we only see the artery or veins and no other things. So when we transfer the flap to the neck, we found only limited defection in the donor side, very limited. So this is a very slim panicle. This is the blood. This transfer the flap from this field, Sometimes we saw another clavicle and let it pass through beyond clavicle. So this the patient finished. This patient 3 weeks later, we can almost can see deform in the reception site. We can't see anything. This is the video 4 weeks after surgery. So this patient is we perform a full tongue resection. We use because for Iceland flap, which is very tiny, so this is easy to shape. Very easy to shape. Yeah, we sew the flap to the laryngeal larynx. So design how to treat the panicle. I think it's 3 points very important. First one, we skeletonize the panicle vessels. So second, hydrate anatomize to the thoracocriminal artery, remove the concurrent committal lateral nervous. Summary: for the pectoralis major Iceland flap, the advantage, the wear function preserved in the donor side, and the chromatic shape in both donor side and the recipient side. Higher level defect can be reached because we used very slim panicle. Practice surgeon can be save more time. In the beginning, we spend long time than the traditional design. This advantage, higher failure rate, especially in the beginning, and take long time in the beginning, and other option in the case of failure. So we can compare this traditional design. We can see traditional design. These are Iceland flap. Iceland. These are traditional flap. We can see the deform here, and these are traditional design, and these are modified design. I mean Iceland design, almost say nothing. So altogether, there are 53 patients receive modified. That means Iceland flap. This complication. So 4 cases of the pharyngeal fistulus amounts to of the partial necrosis. One case is failure because we damage the peninsula during the surgery. So inspiration of the pectoral major Iceland, we just think all the pectoral major flap could be Iceland flap design. And production of the traditional pectoral major flap will gradually disappear on the history stage, and this just my imagine. Could other head and neck flap also be transferred to Iceland flap, not only PMMM? So let's have a look. This is a traditional Iceland flap in head and neck, foreign flap, and the supplemental flap. The recently modified Iceland flap, all these I I almost, yes, I did. How to deal with the challenge problem? As a head and neck surgeon, we know if the patient suffers from this disease, it is very hard to raise contraction. For example, a huge soft panigrate perforation, and trachea and esophageal fistula. Many people die of this disease. It's very hard to treat. And the wide defect of the orbit wall, eventually special hyperpharyngeal esophagus and streak disease. If the patient suffered Peg's disease or vascular disease, for this disease we can use revascularized reconstruction. So how can we reconstruction for these patients? I think this is a Chinese song, special love for special you. So we designed all these flap. We have a look. First, supplemental flap. Yeah, this is very simple. I just sleep. We can see this is a tonsil repair. We can see this is my first case 6 years ago. 5 years ago, 5 years later, these people are following up. We can see so soft palate is still work well. So second patient is suffered from a soft and oral cavity and nasal cavity fistula, big fistula. 6 years later, we can see these we used supplementary fiber. For this patient is suffered from tongue cancer. This is specimen. This flap, supplemental flap. This so length is about 7 centimeters. So the width is 5 centimeters. Yeah, this is the pedicle. This is a defect. And then we transfer the defect, reconstruct the defect. And this is the flap. After reconstruction, we closure of the wound surface. This patient is suffered from hyperpharyngeal. We just use the supplemental flap. This is the flap design, and this incision. We just use this incision like that because we just in case a large, heavy scar in the base, in the leg. We design flap. This flap is long, more than I think 14 centimeters long, and weight the weight is about 7 centimeters. We can see this larynx. We put the flap in the pharyngeal wall and recover this face surgery. For maxillary carcinoma, we used supplemental to repair. We can see this flap. This after surgery, we can see a gold shape in the donor side. Summary for regarding supplemental flap. Disadvantage is not observable in the case of the ipsilateral cervical lymph node metastasis and vein trace variation. This is a big problem. Sometimes we will increase during surgery. So advantage almost suitable anywhere in the head and neck, anywhere. The limitation inferior to the root of the neck and superior to the medical organ disease, as long as the lymph node is not transferred, it can be designed. Let's take a look at the foreign flap dissection and the design. We can see we just used supraorbital artery and supratracheal artery. We can design the flap very large. We just used this vessel. For this vessel, we just get rid of. So we can design very large. This 2 months after surgery. This patient is suffering from basal cell carcinoma. We just used these three altogether, three vessel blood. Yeah, so for that 1, 2, 3. So this is the patient 4 weeks. 4 weeks after surgery. Recently, we found this intermammary artery perforant flap is very useful. I think this is better than PMMF. It's much better. Indication how to design this flap. Indication also most rheumatoid repair plans at the higher bone level in the leg, particularly suitable for trachea, and trachea is focal fistula. For this flap, we can repair this disease, and cervical is focal repair, and pantry defect repair. And it can use the patient with free flap and such disease like that. So problem is this blood vessel is in performance, unable to look at vessel directly. So we can't design with the ultrasound help. We just look. We can always a higher field ratio. How to treat this problem? We used we can have a look this intermammary artery, very tiny. How to design? We can use DSA. This is a DSA picture. We can see this flap. We can use this internal mammary artery perfect. Yeah, for this patient, on the left, we can see this vessel is very large. We can use that one because we can, this is the blood trace, just like that. Because we located with the metal pin on the chest, so we can join the vessel trace. And then DSA complication, no complication in all our patients. Altogether, we performed 30 internal causal space. We can see this male, female, this left, this second intercostal, this third intercostal, this fourth. So in the most of the cases, present in the second intercostal. And according to this data, we analyzed all the vessel trees. We divided them into three subtypes. For the first one is ascending. For that one is descending. For that one, this is descending. For that one is even. Even for that one is irregular. And then we got this picture. All the predominant preperforate and heat branch departments. We can see in a normal case, this blood vessel stretched from the second intercostal, intercostal. This is the second intercostal. Sometimes going up, sometimes going down. So key point is before we design, we should know this vessel is going up or going down. So this is the key point. We can have a look. This patient is suffering from very advanced pharyngeal cancer. We found this vessel and this vessel as well. During the operation, because the patients, the defect is the inner descent and outside descent. So we should design the flap have the both sides. So this vessel, for one, this for another. One vessel for two flaps at the same time. This is another. This is another patient. We can see this one vessel, and for this flap at the same time this flap. So we finish this surgery. We can see. So if the patient suffers from a recurrence, we can use the PMM flap next time. It doesn't matter. So this flap is very good. It doesn't affect this flap design. The next time maybe. So this is internal mammal vessel. So yes, this is for esophageal trachea and esophageal fistula repair. This is very thin and very tiny. For this patient. And this is stenosis and hyperpharynx. We use this flap. It's very easy to shape because it's very thin compared to PMMC. This patient is suffer from trachea cancer. We just used this flap. This is very thin pendulum. We use that one and to repair the trachea. This patient is suffer from this patient at the same time. Next question is what's the magazine of the mapped area? So for these patients, we can see this is more than 15 centimeters, very, very, very large. We can use this vessel. This very thin pedicle. What's the maximum of the pedicle? Maximum pedicle, we can see this altogether. For this patient, we designed the flap and the pedicle altogether is 26 centimeters. 26. So we can use this flap to repair very high position in the neck. This is another patient. For this, we just use the trapezoid. Trapezoid for we have a look for this patient. A defect, a scar base. We can see we used the trachea isolate flap. In a normal case, we just in traditional design, we just cut off this muscle. For this patient, for the isolate flap design, so we preserve this muscle. We just make a shoulder function, a good shoulder function. So we should design this pass through the flap from this shallow feature. So this is the pedicel. Another flap is the superficial transverse cervical artery flap. For these patients suffer from hyperpharyngeal cancer, We just use this flap to design, to repair hyperpharyngeal. This 4 weeks later, we can see the repair area. This patient is suffered from a pharyngeal defect after cervical spine fracture. This is very hard to deal with this patient. So we used this cervical transverse vessel. This very thin, very tiny flap. This facial surgery. In the recent years, we focus our attention to design another very interesting flap. This flap called thoracochromal porphyrin artery. We can see this patient suffered from tonsil cancer. We used PMM flap from that. We can see this panicle. At the same time, we used porphyrin artery. So for this patient, we can design 2 flaps at one side at the same time. This flap, you just use the porphyrin artery. This patient is suffer from a cancer, a nasal cancer. We just repair the outer layer, outer bone with the external jugular, external. We repair the orbital wall. We use this outer layer of the sky bone. And nasal sputum mucosa isolate. For this flap, we just design an isolate flap. That means we can stretch this flap to the very large defect. I show the picture. This patient is suffering from nasal cancer, and skull-based defect. We use this flap on one side, which repairs the inner wall and the lower wall and the anterior skull base at the same time. For 3 months later, we can see this orbit. This the orbit wall. This anterior skull base. So conclusion, we think isolate the design of isolate flap can meet the minimize military invasion and functional preservation for the donor side functional preservation and cosmetic shape we can consider, and for receptive side fewer complication and functional recovery and cosmetic shape. So this we can see this. The many isolate flap we can design in the face. And this PMMF, we can use the internal memory isolate. And this porphyrin, pectoral porphyrin artery. For this transcervical branch, use that one. And that one, and that one, and this that one. So we can design all kinds of the isolate flap from this head and neck area. Thank you for attention.